She is the worst offensive player.
She's not very offensive competent,
so
bro.
Caitlin Clark laughing at Angel Reese's missed layup.
Generational meme.
To lose the game. Here it is. Here's the video. She can rebound everything, but bro.
Angel Reese, possibly the greatest basketball player in the history of America. Oh, wow. Look at those moves. Yeah, that shot is really hard with the hoop wide open.
Who's the best player in the country?
I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
WNBA draft. The Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
With her mouth hanging open and her arms out, Angel Reese yelled at her own teammate while standing in the midst of the canvas to make place for her to work. Right now, that picture is all over the place, and it could not have chosen a worse time to go viral. Only a few minutes after she insisted on having that much room, with no one within 3 feet of her. Reese missed the ball despite having a clear view of the rim when he caught it.
key three. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, ATL is going to actually win this game. And then we get down to the end of regulation, you guys. And I'm like, okay, Ron Howard, open three. She's going to hit it. No, she does not. Angel, you got it. Put back layup, game winner. No. And then Nas again caught it, put it up. No. I'm just like, oh my God, like, are we serious? How does that happen? And all of you guys, baby, my girl Angel, all right, back up off her, okay? Like, back up off of Angel. We know that she missed that layup.
The Indiana Fever defeated the Atlanta Dream in overtime, and by the time the final buzzer sounded, many viewers were posing the same query: if she required that much space in order to fire a shot. What transpired after she was given the room?
The Dream have the ball for the last shot, game's tied, and Angel Reese has a bunny layup basically by herself, uncontested, and she cannot make that layup. She had 14 rebounds yesterday, 5 of them offensive. I'm not sure how many were off her own misses because I was at camp and got home for the end of regulation and then overtime. But her making that or missing that layup, you just knew. And she looked kind of crestfallen, and she should be, because you ought to be able to make a damn.
Inside that Atlanta locker, that moment has become the focal point of a larger discussion regarding Angel Reese's true identity. Room at the moment. Does she want to be perceived as a loud, demanding leader, or as a participant whose volume has begun to surpass her output on the floor once the ball is returned to her? Following this match, that question won't go away quietly.
If your best player for Atlanta could make a layup, I wouldn't have this gleeful smile that I have on my face right now. It's a layup. You're 1 foot away. Make it, please. You have a fast break layup by yourself early in the game. How you shoot fast break layups fast break layups by yourself at 50%? I don't know. I can't explain it. But Caitlin Clark, 26 points today.
This isn't a little notation tucked away in the box score. This could be the most significant plot point from the entire Fever. A dream rivalry this season, and it has very little to do with Indiana's passing or the shooting of Caitlin Clark. It concerns if Angel Reese's teammates have discreetly reached a breaking point with her. Reports and responses from Atlanta have depicted a squad that is worn out, not necessarily from losing games, but more from feeling like they are always reorganizing themselves around a single player who, after the ball returns to her hands, does not always deliver. It takes time for that level of annoyance to develop. One item at a time, one lost bunny at a time. It accumulates until, eventually, it leaks out in front of cameras so that everyone at home can see it.
Angel Reese, in particular, her energy shifted. I thought when she got some of those easy baskets to go in the paint.
Let's go back to Angel really quickly, though, because she was part of the catalyst that you saw to be able to change things around.
It's been there. Like, sometimes the basket is too open.
I can't believe we had to listen to that garbage the entire halftime, the entire broadcast of the game while she is blowing the easiest first grade 1-inch layups you'd ever see. And Caitlin Clark is out there hitting logo bombs in her face, dropping 26 and 9 for 12 straight games. Instead of saying she's playing at an MVP level, they're out here glazing Angel Reese just like her fans do on social media. Caitlin Clark gets no love, not considered in the MVP conversation, will be the only player in WNBA history to be top 3 in points and #1 in assists, and they're sitting here glazing Angel Reese. It's all about Olivia Miles and Paige Beckers, which her team's winning. She's breaking all the records.
For Atlanta supporters seeing things play out, this is the moment that hurts the most. Keep a close eye on the sequence. And it proceeds as though it were a self-written joke. Reese yells at a teammate to get out of her path. The teammate makes a move. She receives the ball in that open area, precisely as she requested, and rather than taking it controlled, she places the ball in a position where no one on the floor could do anything useful, whether it's through a shot or a deft, straightforward pass. With it, nobody at all, not a rebounder crashing in from the weak side, not a teammate under the rim. The possession just expires, correct? There, for a guy who has talked about being a vocal leader and facilitator for a large portion of the season. That kind of possession does not bolster the argument she has been attempting to make for herself on this Atlanta roster.
I know that everyone says that mic and drills don't work for basketball, but if there's one person on the face of this raggedy planet that needs to do mic and drills until their wrists fall off, it is Angel Reese. I have never seen a human miss that many point-blank layups regularly. Angel Reese, she doesn't just see everybody, oh, she missed a game winner, her palms are sweaty. Nah, she misses regular lays all the time. The little putbacks, the million rebounds is a symptom of her missing point-blank layups. Is she left-handed? Because it's always a right-handed, I promise you, with the same coverages she has to get through, I can score that. I can do that. Father of 3, regular nigga. Right? I promise you, I could shoot a higher percentage right there at the basket to Angel Reese.
When a player speaks up on the floor, fans usually don't mind. People find it more difficult to accept a player who is demanding control of an item, receiving exactly what she requested verbally, and then squandering it all. That is the type of recurring pattern that subtly begins to alter how teammates perceive an individual. Whether it is stated aloud at a news conference during a timeout huddle, cameras captured multiple moments. Then, following another pointless possession, teammates appeared to exchange brief, silent looks. No one raised their hands in a dramatic manner. Although players are taught to maintain their poise, body language seldom tells lies. Entirely, and the nuanced responses on that bench conveyed their own message just as effectively as anything else. Stated upon the podium later.
I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all defend her. The score is 81-81 in the fourth quarter. 6 seconds left.
Atlanta Dream has the chance to win this game.
Then this happens.
5 seconds. Howard launches. Missed it badly. Reese the putback. Won't go. Hillman. No.
Like, I truly do not understand. Angel Reese is a professional basketball player. Why do she miss so many layups? Like, look. Layups is like the second thing that you learn when you first start basketball. The first thing is how to dribble a basketball. Then the coach will bring you down to that block, exactly where she missed that layup, and teach you how to shoot off that square. But I don't think nobody taught her.
Whatsoever.
She lost them that game. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. If she would have hit that layup, game over. Game over. I had nothing to say. That layup was wide open. If y'all don't think that was wide open, that's bullshit. Aaliyah Boston was right behind her.
The moment that truly determined the game's result then arrived, with the clock running and the score knotted. Atlanta had the perfect opportunity in a tough road atmosphere, bleeding down in regulation. With no one nearby to challenge her and a clear, unobstructed view of the hoop, the ball made its way to Reese. The shot in any kind. Under pressure from 3 defenders, this was hardly a disputed, off-balance heave. Getting closer. With the season narrative, it was as transparent as it gets in a professional basketball game. Depending on the result, she didn't see it. The rebound immediately returned to life. Naz and Ryan Howard, teammates. In the last seconds of play, both Hillman scrambled for a follow-up attempt, but neither made a connection. Atlanta had led a golden age before regulation interrupted the tide. Opportunities at close range eluded them in the worst manner imaginable.
Well, Angel, your team on a 17-4 run right now. You started that with a 7-0 run. How did you kind of get things going for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing like
in the beginning, but it's a game of runs. You got to put that in your back pocket just because you know you have teammates that have your back.
It's pushed under the hoop just enough to not have a great angle. To OT we go.
Afterward, the look of frustration on her face conveyed everything that words could not. For a moment, she stood there, with her eyes closed. She was obviously unhappy with what she saw and was mentally reliving the photo, missing such a shot in front of a crowded arena. It is difficult to quickly move past a full rivalry plot that hangs over the afternoon. Second, however, expressing obvious annoyance after the fact does not reverse what has already occurred. Furthermore, it did not reverse the subsequent overtime period in which Indiana progressively declined. Aside and completed the task with composure.
The absolute worst part about her missing this shot for the game, it's not necessarily that she missed it, it's the reaction to it. After she missed, this Caitlin Clark walking past laughing, bro. And y'all know how these two fan bases are, so they are loving this picture right here. The main reason it bothers me too is because it makes it so easy to overlook everything else that she actually does on the court. Like defensively and obviously rebounding wise, bro, she's incredible. I just need her to fix this so they have something else that they have to.
Within minutes after the last bell, this was what truly ignited social media. Reese stood there thinking. Cameras captured Caitlin Clark strolling peacefully by her in the direction of the Fever bench with a distinct. She had an obvious smile on her face. Additionally, it appeared to be laughter to many viewers who were watching live. Aimed at the whole circumstance, it's impossible to know for sure what Clark was truly responding to in that brief moment. However, context is important in this case, and regardless of how you cut it, it is terrible for Atlanta. Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark was the precise matchup that the internet had been speculating about for weeks. Another round in a rivalry that Atlanta had really won earlier in the season. With everyone watching especially for this kind of plot, in the one crucial time, Reese appeared to want the floor to swallow her whole, but Clark was cool, collected, and totally in charge. That's the exact element that instantly transforms a straightforward missed shot into an unavoidable, viral moment. Reese didn't simply miss the layup. Whether on purpose or accidentally, it is that Clark's face. For millions of people glancing through their phones, it became the ideal visual summation of the whole afternoon. When it mattered most, one player delivered. There was one player who did not perform at all. The cameras just so happened to capture. The internet completed the remaining tasks on its own, with both responses occurring back-to-back.
Far-fetched to say that she's not good.
Who, Angel?
Yeah, she's not good at basketball. Like, I'm tired. Look, we've said this in the past. I'm tired of it. I can't lie anymore. Like, I watched her miss 8 layups. She could be averaging like 25, 26 if she could make a layup. And the way she lays it up, it's like she's just learning how to, like, you know, when toddlers finally learn how to walk, they fall a little bit. It's like she just learned how to do layups once she got to the WNBA. It makes no sense to me. Like, she could be so much better. And for someone who has her own podcast, she talks her stuff, you would think she's the MVP. You would think she's that girl over in Vegas. But no, she's closer to AZ Fudd than she is to homegirl in Vegas. So, yeah, there's that. She's been an inefficient player. I feel like we hype her up because she's grabbing rebounds, but they're her shot.
If you only looked at the surface numbers, this is precisely where the disconnect begins to manifest itself. Reese recorded her 23rd double-double of the year, narrowly missing a much-discussed WNBA record. 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists throughout the season seems like a solid stat line at first, and there was a lot of media attention following. The buzzer emphasized those precise figures, portraying her performance as yet another illustration of her resilience and uniformity. However, when you go deeper, the image quickly shifts. She only made 5 out of 16 field goals. Before halftime, she missed her first 6 shots. Throughout the whole fourth quarter, she was held without a single score. Quarter, the precise time frame during which a team wants its front court scorer to perform. Additionally, in the 2 most crucial possessions throughout the afternoon, the 2 opportunities to end the game in regulation, she failed miserably on both, back-to-back. That is the actual difference between the eye-catching headline stat line and what truly transpired after the game was in jeopardy. Sitting inside a highlight graphic, a double-double looks amazing. In the course of a broadcast, when the player attached to it ends scoreless during a game, it means much less in the locker room. A crunch time and fails to make the precise shot that ultimately determines the result.
It's to win it at regulation, and it just didn't go down. And, then we had to try to compete in overtime. I thought players try to execute the game plan really well, especially defensively. It's just disappointing to come up short. We just had to move on to the next play. We did what we didn't run there was supposed to be one screen in there, and we kind of forgot the screen. But then Rye, took the shot, and we told those two to, really crash the boards and give us a second chance. They both did exactly what we asked for them. And then we got two looks, right at the end of the game that, could have won it for us, but, they rolled out. Just kind of a bad break.
Carl Smesko, the head coach, attempted to maintain composure at his post-game press conference. The manner in which coaches are taught to respond to a devastating defeat. However, if you attentively examine the video again, you can see the frustration. Sitting directly beneath the surface the whole time, reporters continued to direct the discussion. Returning to that last item, you could see him carefully selecting his words each time, practically biting back a greater response. During that press conference, he made several references to the game's last minute, repeatedly returning to it, even after the reporters had moved on, as if he was unable to completely give it up. When a coach repeatedly, without being asked, returns to the same final stretch, this typically indicates that it is bothering him much more than is measured.